Back here at Jarvis Stadium at Ansonia High School. My name is Christopher Saunders. Steve Gessick, who was with me for the first half, will be with me for the second half. I'm pleased to have on, and I know I had an Anna Maria player on yesterday, but I have to have the head coach. Dan Mulrooney, a former Holy Cross player, also played Boston College, Stony Brook, wherever he's been, he's won. Also was able to, in his 5th season with Anna Maria, won the ECFC title. Mulrooney, it's great to be able to have you on.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Chris. This is amazing. This is great. Thanksgiving football in Connecticut, nothing better. Games played with a lot of passion. You see it on both sidelines. So just really excited to be here and excited to be on your show.
Now, just talk to me about kind of, obviously, I have you for about 10 minutes, but I just want to go over a synopsis of the season because, obviously, I told you when I had you on my podcast, I felt like you guys were going to pop. And you popped within the 2 years. So you popped even quicker than I thought. What went into that season?
I think overall, we have really good football players. And great players make great coaches, right? So we have kids that really love the game and that really play with a lot of passion, just like today. Mm-hmm. So you get enough of those players and, you work hard enough and you persevere. And I think that's football, in general. But I'm really excited about what we were able to accomplish in a short amount of time. To win a championship and to get to the NCAA playoffs, at a school that's never done that before was something that's really special, I think, to the kids and to myself.
Now, when I had an opportunity to talk with Tyler Belinsky, who is a fantastic young man, he was great when he was playing at Woodland, and obviously what he's done now with you guys, as far. And I know he hasn't been playing a lot, but still, what he means to the program is a lot. Talk to me about kind of what was the words as far as before the season got underway. What were you preaching? I know ring the bell is the biggest thing.
Yeah. Ring the bell is something that kind of encompasses our program. We're tough kids that love football. When the bell rings, we go to work. And I think that's kind of what Tyler and that's kind of what this area of football kind of brings to the table. And that's why I love Connecticut football. Mm-hmm. It's games played with a lot of passion. Tyler's one of those examples of someone that when you cut him open, I think he bleeds pigskin there. You know what I mean? He's one of those kids, and his family's great, and he's going to have a really, really bright future for us. I know it didn't work out for him this season, but what a great kid he is and how talented he is too for being such a young player. He's so developed intellectually wise for a quarterback than I'm used to as a freshman. So he's got a super bright future, and I love Chris Moffo used to coach him, and now it's Moffo, Anderson, and Coach Kingsley and Coach Brockett. These guys have been around me for my whole life, so it's cool when I can recruit some of their players.
And you have so many players, not just from the NVL, but also Kingsley, Durasmo, who's my former classmate at Sacred Heart, Kroos, on and on and on. You have so many players who are from the NVL, and it kind of just speaks to the mentality. I mean, you're a former NVL guy yourself from Holy Cross. So was that something that was planned, or was it just, we're all NVL guys, so we know we're going to make it work?
I think the story sounds better than meant to be, but no, I do love the Valley. I think it's great football, like I said. I think the passion that exudes out of you, just this whole atmosphere, this whole thing, and being able to hire people that I know, that I trust, I think is super important. Whatever company you're in, if you have to be loyal to where you are, and I think knowing those guys previously, knowing their families, knowing how much they love the game, I knew they'd enrich those kids that I had, just a little bit differently, a little bit more special. So, like I said, I'm excited to have those staff members. I hope I have them for a long time, but we'll see. They might get plucked from me, but we'll see. But at the end of the day, I'm excited.
10:28 to go in the halftime. Chris Saunders alongside the head coach of Anna Maria College, Dan Mulrooney, 7-0 Ansonia over the Naugatuck Greyhounds thus far in the first half. Dan, just kind of talk to me about the first half of the season. I know you played Nichols, and even though you guys lost, and I told Tyler this, it was a good loss because Nichols is a very good team, and it kind of set the tone, I felt like, for you guys over the course of the season, and you guys just went on a tear. Do you feel that same way?
Yeah, I mean, losing a football game there's never a good loss in football, but, when you look at it, you learn through, mistakes, and when you turn the ball over 6 times in the game, you're not going to win too many of those. But yeah, it did catapult us for sure. I mean, you lose a game like that, your first game of the season, it was the best thing that happened to our team because then we went on to win 6 of our last 7 or 7 of our last 8, and it just kind of told us that we had to play a full 60 minutes. And I think Tyler would tell you that. He probably did tell you that that loss was something that was great for us.
Now, was it hard for you, Coach, as far as, because obviously before the season there was no talk of you guys even winning the title,
sure.
And now as the season progressed, success came your way, but with success comes a lot of attention, and some good, some bad. How did you keep the players focused and not getting away from, the feeling too much of themselves?
Yeah, we joke around as a team a lot, but we talk about not staying green, right? Staying green is super important. When you're winning and you're not used to it, it's hard. We don't want to be ripe, right? Because when you're ripe, you're minutes away from rotting, right? So you always want to find out ways to be the new. Every week when you're winning, you have to be able to have new capabilities. We talked about like the iPhone 13, right?
Yep.
Every week we have to keep being the new version of the iPhone, new capabilities, software updates, things like that, because eventually teams have a target on your back, and it's hard to keep winning consistently. I mean, what Ansonia has done here is remarkable, in my opinion, to be able to keep those players, keep the tradition going. So that's my new goal now, is after you did win the championship, how to be like Tom Brockett now.
Now, obviously when you won the title, because you won at home, it was your final game against Maritime New York.
Yep.
How great was that to be able to win it at home in front of the crowd, and with the amount of attention and glory that came with that?
Yeah, there's a lot of validation for the work we've done, and whenever you win a championship, it's special. But whenever you win a championship, after all we've been through and how hard it's been there and how it's never been done there, it's even more special. So I think that was where you saw the pictures, I'm sure, and saw all the stuff. Those emotions were real, man. Like, that was really cool. Because we had an emotional night the night before talking about our journey. We've been winning at Anna Maria for a long time. In terms of recruiting, development, retention, it just hadn't shown up on the scoreboard. So it was so cool to just finally get that season after 3 years of building, to get the validation, the gratification. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
And the numbers show through the roster from your first year until this year, your fifth year. The numbers basically just keep going up and up and up. And I think it's great for you, it's great for the kids, but it also shows, hey, we are building something. We're building not just a football program, but we're building a strong family of young men who are going to be great just beyond the football field.
Yeah, we don't coach for trophies. I don't do that. You coach to challenge kids, to have them believe in themselves. You challenge them to be better people. I think that's the key there. But people want to play for us. It's cool. I mean, we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun in Paxton, Massachusetts. I think it's a fun place to play for a lot of reasons. But I think the coaching staff, is really the separator there. I tell a lot of people, people make the place, right? So people make the program, and I think the amount of love we show and the passion we have for the game, I think is just different than a lot of other coaches or a lot of other programs. And I think kids see that right away when they come and visit or talk to me or talk to any of our coaches.
Now, Dan, I have you on for another minute, so I just want to ask you before I keep you off, and I want to keep you away from your beautiful family. I mean, what you have, it's great, man.
Thanks,
you have a beautiful family, you got the program, you got everything.
Yeah,
everything's going right for you. Just kind of.
I can't mess it up, right?
No, you can't mess up. I know you won't. You haven't messed up.
No,
you haven't messed up anything. Anything you touch turns to gold. As Tyler told me, you could go out and it's raining and say, hey, I want it to be sunny.
Yeah, I control the weather.
Yeah, you control the weather, exactly. Yeah. But okay, so with the title being won, now you're going back to the laboratory, as I saw a lot of your players say after the loss in the NCAA tournament.
Sure.
How is it going to be difficult to try to now rile it up? And okay, now I got to come up with a new term, or maybe use a new way of attacking this, because now with the title, I have to change things up a little bit.
Yeah, the minute the season ended, I came back in the office and started thinking, run it back, right? So, now there's a target on our back, and it's just more exciting. As a competitor, I believe in my heart, I'm an ultra competitor, just in every sense of the word, just love a challenge, love to compete. So, excited for the players, excited for our program. We're definitely positive direction. We're going to keep ringing the bell and keep doing the things we're used to doing.
Dan, I really appreciate you coming on, being able to take some time, and, I love your program. Obviously, I love everything you do.
A lot.
You, Durasmo, Kroos, Kingsley, all of you guys, I support you guys 100%, and just keep doing what you're doing, and I hope I can make it down to a game sometime in the future.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Ring the bell. Go Amcats.